Good afternoon, YouTube. This man on the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. And let me bring in my partner in crime, the hand of the Emperor, Jen. Hello. Hello. Jared, can you hear me? Hello. Wait a minute. He just see a message. Oh, okay. Right now, something wrong with his headset. So give him a few minutes. He'll get back in. So anyway, as you know, yesterday was Mother's Day. And to all the ladies out there in the sport of the bodybuilding, just all the women in from bodybuilding to wrestling to all the sports that's out there, uh, just everyday moms, we love you, we thank you, we appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy your time. Maybe some of you got lucky, if you got a husband, he took the kids off somewhere and left you peace and quiet, or he took you out to dinner. But I know most of the time, most people want to be at home alone, quiet, drinking a sip of vodka or maybe a sip of gin, and watching a love story and eating some bonbons. But anyway, while I'm here, I want to wish a lovely lady who I've become acquainted with, who we did an interview with some time ago, and today is her birthday. And if you follow my channel, you know this lady. I just posted on my IG and also on my in my community section of my YouTube page, and she is a lady like I said, I have gone fond of, and I want to wish her a very happy birthday. And that is one Mrs. Gabriela Vega, and me and her, we've been Facebook friends for a long time. We've been back and forth on social media, and not that long ago, she did an interview on my channel. So I just have a lot of respect for her as being not just also, she is also a mother, a professional bodybuilder. I mean, she's a trainer, instructor, and out of much respect to her and her passion for the sport, I want to wish her a very, very happy birthday and many more. So I'm gonna show you the picture right here, and and there we go. Say like this is great. This is the big smile and the cake. I mean, I hope she's enjoying the time with her friends and family. She has a daughter also, so shout out. So, yesterday was her birthday, and then today, yesterday was Mother's Day. Today is her birthday. So, how some people are, sometimes people can be cheap. So they might just go ahead and we know it. We're going to celebrate your birthday and Mother's Day all the same time, since this is a weekend. But, I want to wish the lovely Gabriela Vega a very happy birthday and many, many more. So shout outs to her. Go to her on her IG, also on Facebook. I did a video for her. You can, contact her. But as I said again, guys, my rule, no D pics. So don't do that to her. She's a mother. She got a kid. Be respectful. So anyway, we on my channel, we had an event that came over this weekend, and that was the Vancouver Island Showdown, and it was the first female bodybuilding show, first show for female bodybuilding for the season. As you know, there's been some other shows that's been going on, but none of them have female bodybuilding. We just had the Arnold, there was the Boston Pro, I think there was the St. Louis Pro, and also they just had the Pittsburgh Pro. The same week they had the Vancouver Pro. So well, I talked about it. And one lady who competed at the show is a lady who I've been in social media contact with. She's a cool lady. She also herself is also a mother. And about this winning at this show, it was, I would say, a blessing, because she not only winning the show and earned a qualification for the Olympia, she also, this was a win on Mother's Day. And, that's great, to win this show on Mother's Day and, and to share this event. I hope she's doing, as you know, that's one lady who I follow, that's Miss Eva Montgomery. And Eva is an amazing lady. We've been talking back and forth for social media. I'm hoping to get her on my channel someday. And she, even though, hey, it was just her, hey, you'll say a win's a win. Like Vin Diesel said in Fast and Furious, be a yard, be a mile. A win's a win. And, and that's a great thing that she won this show. That means that she can take the time, chill out, relax, get ready for the Olympia. And, that's a good thing. You don't have to, this is the first show for the year for her. This is her second show because she competed at the Tampa Bay. And then, she was going to do Chicago, but I remember she did an interview and she mentioned how she got sick, before she got to Chicago. And here she is, and this is, this is my partner Jen.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, I was just having some technical issues.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes, that is technology. It can be a pain. So anyway, as I was talking earlier, you know that Eva Montgomery has, officially earned her qualification for Miss Olympia.
Yep,
So, and being that she was the only bodybuilder to compete in the show, that's a great thing. You have somebody representing women in bodybuilding, and that's great. As you know, there's so few shows for women bodybuilding. We got, I think, this week we have the Indie Pro coming up,
yep,
and then the next week after that is the New York Pro. And like you said, you're going to be going to this show.
yep.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to talk a little bit about So yeah, the Vancouver Pro was kind of a disappointment in the fact that well, there was only one bodybuilder there.
hmm
Um, but I guess so I didn't really watch because like what's the point of watching if there's only you already know what the result's going to be, and I guess the only reason to watch would probably be to see what size Eva Montgomery looks like. Um, what do you think of her as a bodybuilder?
I think she's a pretty good bodybuilder. Like I said, we've been talking back and forth on social media. I think she's amazing. And as you know, she's also this was a Mother's Day gift for her because she has a few kids, and that's a great opportunity to earn a pro card. But also, you got to forget, it's also they had women's physique. As you know, there were 7 competitors at this show, and the winner for that show was Christella Zavaskovic. I want to get her name wrong, so Miss Christella, and this is going to be her second time competing in the Olympia. Last year, she took first at the Omaha, and she's been running for a while, and this is a great opportunity for her, getting a second shot at the Olympia. And I think that's a smart thing for, one thing is, that was a smart thing to do, to jump onto that show, honestly, because the fact is, there was so few women who want to compete for the show, because, from when I talked with people like Jada Beverly, some other, like Jada Beverly, she wanted to do the show. But what Jenna told me was that the fact was, she was one thing was that you had to have you had to be vaccinated and have proof of vaccination, and
Yeah,
you had to pass the test because when the pandemic hit, Canada shut down the gates. They shut down. You couldn't get in Canada unless you had a valid reason to get in Canada. And this event was in British Columbia, but that's still Canada. So
yeah.
no matter what part of it, it's still Canada. But
Okay, I get all that, but here's the question: why did no Canadian female bodybuilders compete?
and that's the big question too. I think one thing is I think they felt like the show was too early, and I think they were focusing on the Toronto show, which was coming in June. Now I know a lady who I've become friendly with, Miss Tana Huey. She told me that if she knew about the show, she would have done the show, but she's still growing. So one thing is, if it's too early in their prep, they're not really ready. So and then I think some women didn't. It wasn't like one lady. Some lady said that it wasn't advertised enough. But there is the IFBB has a thing of a list they have. So if you feel like there's this opportunity, you should research and find out. You can't always expect people to give you the information because sometimes they don't.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I was expecting a lot more to compete because I was thinking like they were gonna update the list, and
Yeah, last minute sometimes. Yeah, it does that before.
that does happen. I can't think of the last time a female bodybuilder managed to win a show by only competing against themselves. Really,
Well,
I can't remember the last time this happened.
well, I'll tell you a situation. This was with a lady who I did an interview with back, Miss Rita West. This was when she got her pro card. Right when I got your pro card, she was the only female bodybuilder at the show, and she got her pro qualification, being that she was the only one there. That has been before. There's been a couple contests, like I think I remember in it was at the Rise, it was in the Miss International, and there was, I think, one woman that was competing in the lightweight division. I think one was competing in the middleweight division, and they instantly, because they were the only ones competing against themselves, they got their pro qualification. But it's the thing is,
When was this again exactly? What
I think it was like about 2 or 3 years ago, I believe. I know I
you're
saw
talking
it.
about women's physique, or is
For
this
women's
amateur
bodybuilding.
pro?
It was Miss International. Miss International now is a pro qualifier. You
Oh,
know,
okay, you're talking about the amateur. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're talking about now.
Only the amateurs. No, rarely ever seen in the pros. Back in, I think at the Puerto Rico, they only had 3 women in bodybuilding, but I think at least 3 women jumped over. My dear friend Miss Stacy Nunez, she jumped over. Margira Zamalova jumped over, and I think Heather Grace, who was physique for a long time, jumped over to that show because there was only 3. There was, I think it was Natalia, Nadia Capasoto. I think it was a Jennifer Sweeney and and Susanna Jacobs, and then those 3 jumped over. Because with Margita, she competed as um, physique and bodybuilding. And in that same year, she competed in women's bodybuilding and earned her qualification by winning the Open Championship. But it is kind of rare in the pros. But like I said, the problem was that a lot of the ladies were not ready or still prepping. Most of the ladies are focused on the later shows coming up, like the Indy, the Omaha, excuse me, New York. The shows is coming along in the summer. But this was a show that I think if they really had paid attention to the like the thing you see me a while back. I sent some of the ladies that the list of the shows that was getting ready, because one thing was, with Canada, remember they didn't have Toronto in 2019 because of the pandemic, and I think they didn't have it in 2020. And then they had it in 2021. And then you only had 4 women at that show. That was Mala Ash, a different Tana Huey, Michelle Jen, and Lisa Kudre. But the thing is, it's just one thing concerning is if the shows get dropped, the close, and then also the cost of travel.
Yeah.
With Eva, she lives in Spokane, Washington, and I remember Jada had told me all she had to do is just take a flight to Washington State, get on the boat, and go over into British Columbia and into Vancouver, which is not too far from that. So that's what she did. Her and her a friend named Layla, who's also a friend, she's also one of her clients. They both did a show together. And Layla, she's a physique competitor. Also, she's also a mother. And they both got in the boat and went crossed over into British Columbia.
Yeah, yeah, probably could just drive over there too.
No,
Um,
really, I think it's a lot easier to take a ferry, because driving you have to take some parts of British Columbia is still like a very you have to take a long way around. The ferry is just like, I think we say, a 2 hour ride. And if you go by car, it might take you like a little longer.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I just feel like yeah, we should definitely focus on making sure that um, once things start quote getting back to normal end quote um, we don't have situations like this again with just one competitor competing. I mean, I know for the competitor who wins, that's obviously a very good thing, smart thing to do, honestly. But the fans, it just doesn't make good competition. Because I mean, like, this was the start of the pro season, and it's um, basically a snores fest almost. Not that Eva Montgomery wouldn't have won anyway. I mean, she does look pretty amazing. I mean, she might have. I would just have to seen what her competition looks like, and also the women's physique pro also looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, don't really know what more to add on that one.
Well, the big problem was, like I said, a lot of the ladies, they don't want to get vaccinated. Sometimes they feel uncomfortable about the whole vaccination thing. But the thing is funny how you worry about getting shot with a thing that can help you with a vaccine that helps you with fight a disease. But you shoot yourself with gear up, or use some stuff that kind of changes your metabolic system. It changes your whole cycle. But you worry about a vaccine. I mean, I heard people talk about how it took 6 months, but the thing is, in America, we want everything hot and ready. We want it now and then. This vaccine was put out in just about the right time, because the fact is, the thing is, science is not like 100 years ago, where there was several, like we had to deal with smallpox and measles and all these other diseases that was popping up, and it took a long time to create a virus. It's no longer like a old doctor with a lot of beakers and boilers like that. Science has advanced the last few years. Now, one thing,
and because of it taking so long to finally find cures for these, like literally millions of people died. I mean, you can look at diseases and pathogens like it's like 100 million or something. Like the number of people who died of diseases during the 20th century would be in like probably the billion with an S, probably plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know if that was part of it or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe nobody knew what the show was.
Mm-hmm. I think it was a little bit of that. They didn't know what the show was. They weren't sure the show was going to be going, keep it on going. Also, like I said again, they wasn't ready. A lot of ladies, like I said, they prep good part till the summer for certain shows, and then, like I said again, they didn't. Some ladies I know I talked to, they had issue with the vaccine, and they didn't want to take it and have to go to Canada. I know Mata Ash said that. If you want to really do, you have to. She took the vaccine and did Canada. She did the Toronto Pro, which earned her for a qualification. Also, she went to Romania. One thing with Romania is there was no guidelines in Romania. They didn't have the whole you have to do did vaccine, or also you have to do a quarantine. You can fly into Romania, stuff like that. The thing is, a lot of American competitors don't like to compete too often out of the country. There's more shows here. And other than maybe to Puerto Rico, where it's cheap to go to Puerto Rico. It don't cost that much, because Puerto Rico is the U.S. territory. But for other shows, like there's not that many shows outside the United States. This show, I hope they can keep it up for next year, and maybe might get some competitors to think like, what, let me take the show. It's the first show, because back in the day, the early show for Women's Bodybuilding was the Miss International, the original Miss International, when it was called Sports and Classic. Yeah, that was like March. But then we all know what happened. Arnold walked quietly behind female bodybuilding staff in the hot, and he just did it again with his physique. And there's already been some other shows, but those shows had no women's bodybuilding. Arnold Schwarzenegger. There was also they just had the Boston Pro, which is another show that had neither women's physique or women's bodybuilding. Also, they had just had the St. Louis Pro, and at the same time, we're just having the Vancouver show. They also had a show in Pittsburgh. Now, this show, Natalia Abraham Coeno won the show, but this is funny thing about this. I want to talk about this. She's already has a qualification for Miss Olympia, because she took second behind Sarah Vivas. And I'm like this. You already got your qualification. Why because she's done 3 shows. This is the 3rd show she's done. She done the Legion Sports Fest, maybe a month or so after the Olympia. Then she did the Mid Atlantic show in Miami. I think it was Miami, I believe. And then she just did the Pittsburgh Pro. Now, one reason why, because ladies do these shows, like people like Jessica Padilla, a couple of others, and Mitzi Trescott, is the fact that it's because of money. And at the Vancouver show, even $1,000. you know, and I don't know if that's $1,000 in Canadian money, or because when she has to transfer it back to the United States, I don't know if the cost is going to drop down because you got to, it's the exchange of money exchange, like and it's just if one thing is she took second at the Miss Olympia at the Olympia at the in the physique division. Now, the money for women's for most of all the divisions is $50,000, and I think she got maybe $25,000 at second place. And here, like this, I know one thing is I talked to ladies say everybody goes to the Olympia because of the men, but the women should get not just the women, but the other divisions should get at least a good chunk of change out of it. Now, with the men and some of the bikini wellness and some of the fitness women and some of the figure women, they can get sponsors. That helps them out. But with most of the bodybuilders and pretty much I would say some of the physique divisions, they don't get sponsors. Because the fact is, product companies don't want to put these women on the face of their product because their level of muscle. But the fact is, these days use products, and you should give them the opportunity to promote. To be like spokespeople. They don't have to be on the face of the cans like that. They could be like online and stuff like that, especially for people who follow bodybuilding. But we all know that a lot of these companies, it's a prejudice against women bodybuilding. Just a
Yeah,
total prejudice.
yeah,
Now, mhm,
and it's not like it's not like we want to sideline men's bodybuilding at all. We just want to expand the plate of what's already there. We just want more competitors and um, yeah. I guess the thing is with you know the men is they want like the mass monsters pretty much, and that's understandable. With the women, I don't know. It's basically like the way I sometimes I see it is basically like we already got the men mass monsters. Why do we need the women mass monsters?
mhm. Yeah, I think one thing is I talk with some ladies. They want to walk that fine line. They want to get away because that thing that's really what hurt female bodybuilding. Women get so massive, and you look at people like Irene, like Iris Kyle, and you look at some other ladies like Iris was one thing, and also Alina Popa. She was kind of massive, but they want to get away from that. Even as a mass woman, they want to get away. They want to have women look a little bit more, have a good level of muscle, but have a good bit of femininity. But divisions like figure and physique was created like that. But the fact is, like what we said before, these women are evolving. They are steadily changing. You can't stop. You can't just say let's put the genie back in the bottle. The genie's already out. So you either accept it or you move on. And this thing is if as long as feel body we got a stage, they're good. But the fact is, they need to have some kind of what's the best way to say it, a plan, just in case this happens again. When like if Jake had a Jake Wood, or if there's no one, they should have a concession plan just in case, because you
Yeah,
can't you can't. Well, we have here somebody that's dropping in. Navy Mom Barbara. Hi, George Page. Enjoy your channel. Thank you, Navy Mom Barbara, and I appreciate you coming through and showing support. Like I said again, this is our Muscle Talk episode number 83. Comment, share, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my man Jen here. Try to get the brother to maybe make some content.
Mhm.
get out there. He can, really. It's like I said, this channel is growing. I mean, and I'm really getting education. I just get on here just to have a little fun, talk about something I like to talk about, but I'm really getting education. I just, but I know I was talking with a lady who I become friendly, Miss Wendy Sanchez. We talked about this, how we know that that there comes to shows for the men, but some ladies come to see the women too. You know,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, I think this is just my pitch. I even say this to my man Glenn. We talked about this. Glenn Senior, Green Young Senior. He has his book coming out. His book is out already. The Amazon Fitness Magazine. Check it out. Subscribe to it. He's still working on a hard copy. But the thing is, I think what this should happen. Olympia is a big event, and they have hundreds of sponsors who put money behind this show. You could take and move some of that money. You already get, like I said, Big Ramy has already won nearly almost $500,000. That is, it's crazy that he's already, but if Andrea Shaw and some other divisions all want to get $50,000, that's unfair. This is what I want to do. If if you do like this, break it down. Everybody should get at least, the other divisions should get at least $200,000 a piece for the top number one winners, 200,000 a piece. Then break it down to like $100,000 for second place, 75,000 to third, 50,000 to fourth, and 25,000 to fifth. And you know what? You think about it, that person at fifth place would love that $25,000 because that's more what they get when they do a show. When they do a show, they only get,
Yeah.
I think because it's $50,000, you got to break it down. Then I think that person takes and gets $5,000. But if they get $25,000, that's nice. And think about it, if Miss Olympia, either Andrew Shaw or Sarah Vilgus gets $200,000. You know what? One thing is, even though Andrew does the Rising Phoenix, he said, you know what? I got this big money. I don't have to do Rising Phoenix. I let somebody else take that opportunity because and then also you already put out, for any ladies interested in competing at the Rising Phoenix, they already have out the invitation. All you got to do is apply for the invitation, send it out before June, and make the request. You have to be this is for the Rising Phoenix for all female bodybuilders, and I hope some ladies take advantage. I know some ladies talk about how the reach of strength don't include them, some of the women, and that's not fair. Because what should happen to the Rising Phoenix, it should become points qualification and also Olympic qualification. Because now you have the Olympia back. This show was created for as an alternative for women who didn't have a big event. But now that you have women back in female body back at the Olympia, this should be now Olympic qualification. Now, if you give Andrew $200,000, Andrew say, you know what, I'm not going to do the Rising Phoenix. So let somebody get an opportunity to win a car and get some money. And I got this money here from the Olympia. I might do the Rising Phoenix just for the hell of it and see what happens. But if she keeps winning, that takes away opportunity for somebody else. But if she gets that big payday from the Olympia, she don't have to do Rising Phoenix. She can sit back, let somebody get that opportunity, get their qualification by winning that show. You can say, like, the Rising Phoenix usually is after, I think it's in the middle of September, and I think qualification for Olympia is right before August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that all it means that person just have to wait till next year to get to compete at the next year's Olympia. So that's a smart thing to do. And also, the qualifiers who already won their opportunity by qualifying, they don't need to do it. Sit out. Say, you know what, I already got my qualification. Because last year, some of these didn't look that good. I mean, Aree Anderson, who took fifth place at that show, she looked as good. She took 12th. And then some of the ladies also I follow, He looked good. They should have really said, you know what, I'm not going to do a show. I want to focus on Olympia. You know, this is a bigger show, a bigger stage. And, you know, I'm not no offense to the Rise of Phoenix, but you know, let me just sit aside and you know, and let me just because I know somebody's invited, and they one time they didn't come, like Virginia Sanchez, a couple others, and they didn't come because of the fact that they want to focus on Olympia. It's a bigger show, a bigger opportunity.
Yeah.
But you know, and you just dropped me something in the private, and this is I'm gonna post it to everybody who wants to see it. This is the live stream for the Indie Pro, and you know what? I looked at it. This is pretty. This is reasonable. I think it's within my guidelines. But the thing is,
Yeah, nine ninety nine is a pretty good deal.
yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, $9.99, that's $10. You know, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, you know, anybody who's interested, you know, I'm going to post the link in the description. You know, if you want to, you know, you have the time, you want to go check out the show, support these ladies. You know, as you know, there's like my dear friend Miss Jada Beverly. She told me there's 7 women. It was originally 5, but they added on at least 2 more. Now, one of those, most notably, Miss Jada Beverly, who is part of the show. She talked about she really support the show. 2, Stephanie Flesher. 3, Teresa Vasic. Also, Donna Salib and Lisa Kudry. Now, 2 of the other ladies we're not certain about. One could be a lady who just earned a pro card. One could be a lady who's been in the game for a long time. It's you know, it's really it's up in the air what's going on. But
Yeah.
I will leave the link in the description. So if you want to, 'cause like I said, it's $9.99, and the it's this weekend, this Friday. I think it's the 14th. Or is it the
Yes.
so
It is. Yep, the 14th. Yep.
that's the Friday or Saturday?
Uh,
See,
that is Saturday.
Saturday. That's good. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch and support my dear friend Miss Jada Beverly and all the other ladies. You know,
Yep.
and this is
I'm also
within
gonna. Yep.
yeah, this is within my financial case. Is only $10. So hey, it was $10. And like I said, I'll put the link in the description. So any of y'all who watch this video later, you just click the link, check it out, and hey, support with bodybuilding. We got another
Yep.
gentleman who's just come through, and he's one of our followers to our channel, and that is Mr. John Freeling. Sounds fair, but it's unfortunate. It's about putting butts in seats, and although I love female bodybuilding, it's just far away from the mainstream audience, and that's true. Because the everyday John Q public do not like the idea of women with muscle. It's in their mindset it's a turn off. But the fact is, for us who are real fans, we support these ladies. They are athletes, they're women, they're wives, they're mothers. They make a lot of sacrifices. Because one thing is like, especially the women who have, the ones that have children. Especially
Yep.
who have families. You make a lot. You sacrifice your family time. You miss out on things like I remember Miss Mary Ann Wachowski, how she talked about how sometimes she go to an event, she had to bring her own food. Sometimes she lost some friends because of this. They made a lot of sacrifices, and they put it just as much hard work as the men, and they need this opportunity. So but it's not fair that the fact is they don't get as much payment. Instead again, you know, uh, Eva, she got $1,000 at the Vancouver show, and I don't know if she had when she gets in the states, back to the states, if there's going to be prices change, how much it's going to be. $1,000 is not much if you look at it.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. She probably get $1,000. Whoever took second or third might get like $500, maybe $200. But it's not much. And then
No.
this was just for women's bodybuilding and women's physique, and also it was also amateur show too. It was CPA,
Yep.
the Canadian Physique Association. You know, and you know what? These ladies who go to these shows, they get maybe from if they're lucky $5,000 for the top prize. And then if you're looking for the men, some of these guys walking away with $30,000, $40,000. I know it's about the men, but still is these ladies at least get something out of it because it costs more for these women to compete. It's especially not just women bodybuilding, physique, figure, wellness, fitness, and also bikini. But some of those ladies get the luck that they have sponsors.
Sponsors.
Yeah, they have sponsors to help out, with their bikinis like that. But women bodybuilders cost a lot. Some ladies have to do payday loans to, get some money up. Some of these ladies have to do the as I call them, the beat the meat websites like Her Biceps and Muscle Girls Live to to make ends meet. Some ladies do have real jobs. Some ladies do OnlyFans. And here's about OnlyFans: they take a 20% per diem from you. They take 20% of your money. So especially the more popular girls who do a lot of the more risque stuff on their channel, it kind of try to compensate for that percentage. I mean, that most managers take 10%, but they take 20. That's crazy. That's you think about it. You might make what, like, okay, let's say you make out of a month $50,000,
Yeah.
and 20% of that. You can do the math on that. What's 20% out of $50,000?
20% of 50,000. 5,000.
So they take 5,000 out of $50,000. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good just a little bit chunk of change. They also tax, and these ladies not only the cost of their suits, their food. Some women they go do some cosmetic surgery. Most definitely get breast implants, especially they want to look more feminine, so they get more attention by the judges. Some have. I just saw recently, Hel Trevito did some kind of tattoo and makeuping on her face.
I was slightly off. It's actually $10,000.
Okay, that's okay. I think $5,000, 10%. So yeah, it's double that. So yeah. It's if there was a way, like I said, that's what I keep talking about this. If people are genuinely interested for these ladies to succeed in this sport, they need sponsors. And here's the thing is also I know some ladies talk about how they get some guys who might interested in sponsoring, but they want something out of it. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to ask. Like, be respectful. Say, like, you know what? I just want to see you succeed in your path as an athlete. I just want to see success. You don't have to give like the whole bag. Maybe, like I said, I would say $400 or $500 every blue moon.
Yep.
Send them in the Cash App, send them to PayPal. That's why when I ask the ladies, hey, you got Cash App, you got PayPal, you got Venmo. If somebody interested who wants to, donate something to your path, they can use that for their gym time, for food, for travel expenses. Because some ladies have to travel, they rent cars. Somebody get in an Uber. Uber just say that Uber and Lyft say they charge people for gas. Now, I mean, what's the point of me getting Uber and Lyft? I could put gas in my own damn car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy, and the only thing we can really do, because everything you said is up to other people to decide, is watch the pay-per-view lives. Honestly, at the moment, that's probably the number one thing we can do at the moment, which is why I put the link, and it's so crucial if you can't attend a show. And I am actually attending a show. Not this week, but next week. And I'll give you more details next time I see you on that. But I'm going to head on out because I got some food I got to eat. But also, just to let you know, it's going to be somebody's 30th birthday this week.
Oh, happy birthday, young man.
I'm going to be 30 years old.
Well, like I said, I'm going to wish you a happy birthday, because I remember when I was 30, God, it seemed like it's a light year away. And you know what? When I was growing up, birthday seemed like it took forever. But now it seems like since I'm almost 50, it seems like birthdays comes like used to be like this. Birthdays used to come every blue moon, once a blue moon. Now it seems like birthdays come every day. We get older, it seems like time just flies faster. But I wish you a very happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your weekend coming up. And like I said, we still waiting on the. We know the some of the ladies who will be at the New York Pro, but we have to wait for the official list. Once we get the official list for the New York Pro,
The Indie
Pro. I want to apologize. Then I will do a video about the Indie Pro and who's going to be competing in the show. Also, we'll talk about it next Monday about the Indie Pro, and results. My fingers across it. I hope my dear friend Miss Jada Beverly wins, because she deserves this opportunity, because I think she's a great person. I think she deserves it because she put her bank into this show, and you know what? She should get something out of it instead of not second, not third, first place, and get a Olympic qualification. I think she said that she's not going to do the Rising Phoenix, and that's a smart thing. Sit aside and focus on the Olympia.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a go, George. I'll see you next week, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully,
All
more
right.
exciting than the last one.
All right. I'll see you later. Well, folks, that was my partner, Jen Hannah, the Emperor. We appreciate him and appreciate his time. Folks, I don't stay here too long because I know it's gonna be it's about summertime for me, and I like to thank the people who came through, Navy Mom Barbara and John Freeling. And like I said again, congratulations to Eve Montgomery. She won an opportunity. I hope she does well. It's going to be a tough show, especially a certain women year. Especially when this year, Hella Trevino is not competing because the fact is her injury. She has shoulder injury. She's going out. She's going to miss next year. This is going to change the outlook of the Olympia because she was number two last year, and she was and then also the Olympia, the qualification is no longer top five, it's top three. So like we were talking about how Mona Pasella should have did this show, but I was talking to some people say that she's not ready yet. She's still trying to recover after getting ready for the Olympia last year and also the Tampa Bay Pro. She knows she lives in Canada. She should have done this show because she needs a qualification. You know, a couple of ladies who I know I told about the show and they said they weren't ready yet. They weren't set because they were focusing on the shows that's coming up this summer. But it's all good. This was a great way to earn your qualification. You shot one fire. I mean, you shot your shot and you got in. So, with respect to Eve Montgomery, congratulations to her. We hope you do well at this show, and and maybe like I said, maybe more in the future. We see more in the future. Also, like I said again, I want to say happy birthday to my dear friend Miss Gabby Vega. I hope she's enjoying it with her family and friends. Like I said, it was yesterday was Mother's Day, so they probably celebrate her birthday and Mother's Day. I sent a little gift. I hope she likes it. And like I said, I like to say appreciate every y'all coming through. My man Jen, Navy Mom Barbara, and also John Freeling. Thank you for supporting my channel. And I said again, these ladies out here can use the support. Genuine support. I know times are tough. We're going through inflation. I know, but the people who have the means, I'm talking to people who listen to this channel. If you have the means and you want to help, a lady in this sport of bodybuilding to succeed in their path, reach out to them. Be genuine. Don't be these guys looking for, what I want. If they give you something, what I get. No. Just say, I want to see you succeed as an athlete. So I want to help you. So I'm not looking for nothing out of it, just to see you successful. If you are somebody who has a business, you are somebody who has a company, you're somebody who just has the means, you have money to burn. Say, you know what? What's $500-$600 out of my pocket? Reach out to these ladies and assist them in their path because they can use it. They can use any kind of support or any kind of help. So anyway, like I said, I'd like to thank you all. This is our Muscle Talk episode 83. 83 episodes already. God, you know what? It wasn't one that while back when my computer broke down. I think we would have had a lot more, but how life is and things happen. But like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Comment, like, share, subscribe to me or also to Jen. Support my content. Go to my channel and also reach out to these ladies. Be genuine. Be supportive. Don't be no freak. Don't be that guy. Don't send them some your pictures of your tattywhacker. Sometimes they don't want to see that stuff. They get enough of it. They don't want to see that. Be respectful. Be respectful. And this man always your page, aka the Emperor of Female Bottom Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe. I'm out. Have a great day.